Welcome to Xtra, presented by VDG Sports. I'm your host, Vince Douglas Gregory. No filter, very censored. Let me start with this. I can admit when I'm wrong. If I'm wrong about anything, I can admit it. There's something I'm wrong or was wrong about, and I will admit that I was wrong about this. I thought something completely different, and it wasn't until the light bulb most recently turned on for me when I finally just got it. It just clicked. The little hamster was in shape. He was just built up to the point where he was saying to everyone who would listen, I don't need to run anymore. I don't need the hamster wheel. I'm brolic. I'm big. I'm fit. I'm buff. I'm ready. I'm healthy. Look at me. I am healthy. Can't you see? And then that's when he starts showing us the 6-pack. That's when he starts showing us the 8-pack. That's when he starts showing us the 12-pack and the riblets on top of riblets on top of riblets. But I don't know if they call that muscle. I don't know if that muscle that we have, the riblets that's right up in there by the abs and the abdomen, that a hamster will refer to it as the same thing. I'm not that deep in the game. I'm not that deep inside the brain of a hamster. I just know that my hamster didn't need to run anymore on this issue. My hamster didn't need to run anymore on this issue. I didn't need to change the light bulb. I didn't need to turn it on. I didn't need to check to make sure all of the tools are in the bag. They there. Do I need to verify? Okay, let me verify once again. But it's all there. It is all there. I ain't too proud to beg. I will, if I have to, if the situation calls for it and the pros outweigh the cons, or if it's a strategic decision that I made and it's more beneficial for me to do so, okay. But when it comes to knowing I'm wrong and not being afraid to admit that I'm wrong, I'm okay with that. I'm good with that. And it's not that I'm happy about being wrong. I'm okay with being wrong, that I'm comfortable with being wrong. I don't like being wrong. I don't want to be wrong. But I know when I'm wrong. And I'm not just going to play the game of let me continue to pretend that I'm right about something when I am completely wrong, or the situation has changed for me because I've been presented with more input, more evidence, more things or details and data points that I can go off of, that I can utilize to help make a better informed decision. And if that's the case, I can be wrong from time to time. I can be wrong on occasion because I am learning from a situation, increasing the knowledge, or using the knowledge that was not available for me previous, but now I have it. So I'm taking that information, I'm taking that input, and I'm recalculating, I'm rethinking through some situations, I'm rethinking through some things, some moments, some occasions, or what have you. And it's changed. I think people can change. I think there's an opportunity for change. I believe in growth. And what helps growth? Change. So this is something that's fundamental to me. These are some principles that I abide by and that I respect in that sense. I do. That's why I have no problem admitting when I'm wrong. Oh, if I am wrong, it happens. It happens. Some would hope that it would happen more often than not, but that ain't the case. But we can play make believe and say it is. I got a not believe button in front of me that I can just keep tapping, and hopefully it works for you. See, way back, I don't know when it started. I don't know how I got the idea. I don't know when it came afoot or about or what, but there was a time in my lifetime, where I didn't understand the value of coasters. I didn't appreciate coasters, and no, not the kind that you ride, not the kind that you can enjoy in that sense. It ain't that kind of show. It ain't that type of party. It's not really. It's not. I'm talking about the coasters where it can be just about anything, but it's specifically designed for one thing, one purpose. To my knowledge, I'm still learning. If I'm wrong, I admit that I'm wrong, but to my knowledge and to all the information that I have that's readily and available to me, that the hamster done say he ready. He ready. He don't need to run no more. That it's used for one purpose. One purpose. And in my lifetime, I just didn't feel the need for coasters. I did feel some kind of way in some type of way when it came to coasters. I thought that people who wanted me to use coasters were mean. Let me repeat. I thought people that wanted me to use coasters was mean. I'd go over and visit. I'd go over and kick it. I'd go over and do, some fun things with some drinky drinks, with some ice cold beverages, with some high quality H2O or some fluids to consume or to drink. You pick, you choose. I gave you many and multiple avenues. I'm just a narrator. I am just the narrator. I thought just going over there and being told to use a coaster, or, hey, grab a coaster, or can you not put that there? I just thought these peeps were being mean. I just thought they had some kind of agenda. I just thought they just wanted to say something, or just wanted to just poke the bear. Who's the bear? I'm the bear. Why I'm the bear? Because I'm not going to answer that. I'll just let that one marinate. I'll just let that one breathe a little bit. I'll just let that get a little time and some space. Bird-like voice. I thought peeps who wanted me to use coasters were mean. I didn't think they were evil. I just thought they had some kind of agenda that they were pushing. It's like, really, out of all the things that you can be that about, all the things that you can go ham about, all of the things that you can go cray about, all of the things that you can go Kanye about, all of the things that you can just do to poke the bear, do to troll, do to annoy, do to just get on somebody's last nerves, or to just control. It's to use a coaster? Really? You mean to tell me you ain't got nothing better than that? A coaster? Really? A coaster? You want me to use a coaster? Why? And the answers that I got was never satisfactory to me at the time. I just kind of like rolled my eyes, decided whether or not that I wanted to go all in and push my chips to the table, whether I wanted to just ignore, whether I just wanted to go along to get along, whether I just wanted to bounce, whether I just wanted to make some kind of decision that would have made some kind of decision that would have been tough for everybody involved. How about that? Tough for everybody involved in the situation. But more of those times, I just went ahead and grabbed the coaster. I just went ahead and grabbed the coaster and said my snarky, witty comment. Went ahead and just grabbed the coaster and just let my passive aggressiveness run rampant. Because I didn't get it and didn't understand. Because it seemed as though we were playing the game, and this is how I play the game. You want me to use a coaster? Why? Okay. Well, let's see. Let's see. And it wasn't until recent. And it's not like I haven't had furniture myself. It's not like I haven't had peeps over and beverages and liquids and all of the other things that you would put in a container and sit it down on furniture, and the difference of temperatures would cause chemistry to happen. I knew about all that, but it never occurred to me. It never crossed my mind. It never once for me to say, hey, use a coaster. Hey, grab a coaster. Hey, grab something. Hey, what you doing? Hey, don't put that there. Hey, put that somewhere else. Wait a minute. Let's stay focused here. Talking about the container with the beverages in that's being placed on something with the temperatures differ, and it causes a reaction. A chemical reaction? Maybe. A reaction. A chemistry. Orgo. Possibly. Yeah. Reaction. Never once until recently, when I decided, let me see what this coaster life be like. And it wasn't until I got coasters to see what the coaster life be like. And it wasn't that I just wanted to test out and see what the life be like, period. And it just came to me when I was staying up late at night, pondering all of the issues that keep me up at night. And this wasn't one of them. This was not one of them. However, bird-like voice. However, it wasn't any of the things that kept me and keeps me up, or keep me up at night, I should say. But while I was up at night, something did happen. Something did occur that make me go into my thoughts just a little bit more. And then my attention turned on to what was in front of me. And what was in front of me was a beverage. And the beverage was doing its reaction thing all on my desk. All on my desk. And that's when it hit me. That's when the hamster said, hey, I don't need to work out anymore. Look at me. Look at me. Do you see this? If I get any more muscle here, I ain't gonna be able to pat myself on the back. And any hamster that's worth his weight is able to pat himself on the back. So I can't put myself behind the 8-ball. I can't do anything that make me less of a hamster. And this is not me. This is me channeling, and this is me giving the information and presenting it in such a way where you can understand. Regs, you got it. That was for the noobs. That was for the noobs. And it occurred to me, I was drinking my beverage. I was at my desk. I was pondering. I was thinking about all the things that keep me up at night. And all of a sudden, it was just making a mess. My beverage was leaking and running all over the place. My papers, yeah, you remember those? My papers were everywhere and they were wet. And my computer was on the desk and it was getting wet. My lights were on the desk. They were getting wet. My iPad was on the desk and it was getting wet. My phone was on the desk and it was getting wet. And that's when, woo, everything just slowed down like super duper slow motion. The hamster jumped off the wheel. I stood up. I looked back down at the desk. I picked my beverage up. I grabbed something to wipe out of the liquid and the wetness off. And I said out loud, because inner monologue wasn't working. But that's okay. Nobody wasn't around. So it was just like the inner monologue was still working. Unless you was outside, then you heard. And you was probably saying to yourself, why is he talking to himself? Oh, wait, I'm talking to myself too. And then we would be one of the same. And that's why. Keep that no judge zone alive. Keep that no judge zone alive. Because when you throw them rocks, make sure your house is, anyway, let's not get sidetracked here. After I wiped down the desk and got all the wetness off, and then I realized how many devices and how much stuff that it could have affected in a negative way. And I remembered there's something that somebody invented that does good. There's something that somebody invented that will prevent this from happening. Why don't I just do that? Why don't I just get some of that in my life? Why don't I just go and get a coaster? And that's when I got a coaster. And then I utilized the coaster and I realized that I was wrong. I was wrong. All of the people that I thought were being mean and all the other things that I mentioned previously, it wasn't the case. Sure, for about 90 to 95% of the 90 to 95%, it was, but the other 10 to 5 or 5 to 10, depending on which way you want to go, it wasn't the case. It was just that they didn't want the mess to just continue to make a mess on top of a mess, because it wasn't like that the water was just going to evaporate and go away so quickly. Because of the difference of temperatures, it would have to reach the saturation point, the point where both items or all items that's involved in the reacting amongst each other were at the same temp. Then they can get along. But by that time, the mess has been made. By that time, the mess has traveled. By that time, the mess is doing damage. It wasn't the fact that they were being mean. It was the fact that they didn't want the mess. If you can prevent a mess, if you can put out a fire, you put it out. Or if you can prevent a fire, you prevent it to begin with. So you don't have to put it out. Prevention is the key. Anticipation is the key. Awareness is the key, because you're aware of the end game. You're aware of what this situation would and will do. And you just don't want that. They ain't got nothing to do with being mean or controlling or any of the other things. Not at all for the 5 to 10% or the 10 to 5%. Not at all. But everybody else, yeah. They were being mean. Because that's what most people do, is be mean for the sake of being mean. Do you? Do you? But bon chance. Bon chance. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. Be sure to check out the website at extra.vdgsports.com. That is extra.vdgsports.com. This episode is not, but future episodes will be. Still trying to get everything situated and set up, but stay tuned. This episode is not being sponsored by VinceDouglasGregory.com. VinceDouglasGregory.com is where you can keep up with me, my whereabouts, all things Vince, and in between. Check out the YouTube channel as well. That is VDG Sports. Like, subscribe, share, and do whatever it is you do there. Whatever it is, whatever. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. You know what time it is, and you definitely know what to do. It is peace out. I'm out. I'm out right now. Go ahead, hit it, out.